in the same hot mess from earlier, but yesterday I finally got into my blog that is linked on my YouTube, because again, I'm still relearning the apps. I'm still lost and confused. So it's like, at first I was going to try to remove the link from my YouTube, right? Couldn't figure out how. I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I just basically gave up on that on several minutes of trying. And then, you know, I know I'm 36, but sometimes technology makes me feel old. But that is what it is. So, I had like 3 WordPress blogs that I had started in the past. One of them was from May 2011. My ex at the time, the one that I was with when I started this channel in April 2011, he helped me set that WordPress up. And that was at the very beginning of me exploring the Draconic path, Draconic Wicca. Draconic path didn't come until 2012. My bad. It's a habit. But anyway. I had just started to really dive into Draconic Wicca and the thought pool of what it was, even though at the time I did not know that Draconic Wicca hadn't already existed. I will die in that hill that I did not know. Because I didn't. Because I hadn't found it at the time. But anyway. For my feet fall asleep. Taking off my slippers. My boyfriend at the time, basically, long story short, he helped me to make the WordPress, which I said. But he also made me a domain. And he set it up in a way that he understood, because he is very tech savvy. I do not have contact with him anymore. The last time I had any sort of contact with him was the day that I moved out. After he kicked me out. But so he had set that up through Daddy something. You guys probably know what it is, but it's Daddy something. I'm gonna mess it up and call it Sugar Daddy. I'm sorry. I know that ain't it. But he set it up. I think he paid for it. I honestly don't know. He may have used this business in order to do it. I legit have no idea how he set it up, because after he and I split and that lapsed, I was left scrambling because it messed up the entire layout on how that blog was. Like, it wasn't pretty and organized anymore like I had it originally. And it was just a whole jumble of crap. Even though it was the same crap that I had added, it wasn't appealing. You know, it looked like something that literally just fell apart, and that's basically what happened. I tried to contact his business partner at the time, who I had still gotten along with, and I expressed to him that I did not want to contact the other one. He understood, but he didn't know how to help me. So, unfortunately, over time, I don't know if I had gotten into it and deleted the stuff that's gone, or what, because I finally got into that, and it doesn't look like what it did, you know, the whole falling apart thing. It looks like a regular WordPress again, but 90% of it is gone. And this was the one from 2011, okay? I had made another one after all that happened, and I grieved. I made that, and I made another one in 2012. That's the one that's linked to the YouTube channel. The third one has literally nothing to do with any of this, so I'm not going to bring it up. I brought it up in order to say that, you know, it exists, but it has nothing to do with this. So, I made the one in 2012. Linked it. And forgot the login. And basically forgot about it for a while due to everything that I was going through at home that I still would not get into. But so I finally did get into, I got back into both of them, obviously. But the one from 2012, I'm still kind of grieving the one from 2011, but it's like, I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I could technically use it in order to, like, rebuild something else, because it's there. But I don't know what to do with it. And the one from 2012, I did put up a post yesterday saying that I finally got logged back in, and I have access to that again. And I had some old comments that hadn't been approved yet. One of them, he got deleted. Okay, his comment got deleted. It was from, I don't even remember. It was like 5 years ago. Something like that. 4 or 5 years ago. And basically he was yelling at me about that, you know, you don't... I'm not gonna get into a whole... He was basically just trying to tell me what I can and cannot do. And he brought up something that I literally have no idea what he was talking about, and I didn't even name names on the thing that he was ranting about. And at first I was gonna respond, like, I had it all typed out, and then I sat back and I looked at it, and it's like, you know what, it's like, this thing is old as crap. I don't even know if he even has access to this anymore. I'm just gonna delete it and laugh and move on. And that's what I did. Then I found another comment which was actually helpful. Apparently in 2016 someone had left a comment saying that they had found me through the Dragon Dreaming WordPress blog. And I got ecstatic and confused at the same time. I almost live in a constant state of confusion. But it makes my life interesting because it makes me question everything, and then I go searching and find answers, and that's how I learn shit. But the owner of that blog is the one that I've been talking to. She's the one that I'm friends with on Facebook. And I've been kind of like bouncing stuff back and forth about, you know, Draconic Wicca, and when she heard about it, and this, that, and the other, because she didn't have she still has, it's still there, a post referencing it and talking about it. So I asked her about it. But I went digging through her blog, because it's like, what are you talking about that you found my blog through her blog? And then I found it. I found the link to my blog, and I went ecstatic and slightly fangirl, You know, I love my friends, and not because of the fact that they're popular. I love them because I love them. Even, I won't say the shop name. I love you, but I won't say the shop name. Because privacy reasons. But I am friends with the local metaphysical shop. The owner of it. And I love her. Her son is my tattoo artist. And I wasn't aware that they were related at the time when I booked with him. And that's something that makes her laugh every time that I bring it up. I'll briefly explain that real quick, just for a laugh. I had scheduled my cover-up of the poorly executed fairy dragon that I had. That was my first. From a guy that, you know, had supposedly been doing tattoos for decades, but it didn't end up that well. And I've talked about this before, so you've heard this before if, you know, you've paid attention. Or have watched my previous videos. But I'm sitting there in this dude's chair, and the reason for why I booked him was because the owner of the metaphysical shop kept basically advertising him. So it's like, okay, well, you know, I trust her, so apparently she trusts him, so I'll go ahead and book with him. And I'm sitting in the chair and I'm staring at him. He was a complete stranger at this point. Like, I consider him a friend now. What's it like? I feel like I know you, but I don't know you at the same time. And I'm thinking this, right? I'm not saying it out loud. And then maybe like 2 months goes by and I see a picture pop up. And it's like, wait a minute. And I start digging through. I went digging through her Facebook photos. And I found them. And it's like, they're mother and son. And so I messaged her to explain the fact that I had no idea that they were related. And all my thoughts that I had while I'm staring at this dude while he's just minding his own business, going, you know, to work. And she starts cracking out laughing. That happened. That happened. And she got a good laugh at my expense. So, I'm glad I made her happy. And that place has become kind of like my safe space with everything that happened in the past few years. So, they've dealt with me more times than I care to admit. They know. But they've given me kindness when I probably didn't deserve it. And I love them for that. And she knows that. And I love her hugs. I love her energy. And I miss her face because I haven't been able to be in there in like over a month. Because of broke. I know she fussed at me, but I can go in there just to go in there, so I feel bad. Because I like supporting her. But anyway, back to... Oh, I was talking about, you know... When it comes to having popular friends, or friends who are popular, I just look at them as they're people too, because they are. And they need love too. You know, they're literally sitting in some sort of spotlight. And the amount of crap that they get in some way, shape, or form. Like, they get a lot of love too, but being in the spotlight and being popular, it just, you get shit on a lot. I remember Tiptoe Chick D, and she would share about that in her videos, but I didn't want to bother her too much because I didn't want to be one of the people bothering her. So it was one of those, I love and support you from a distance. But I didn't want to be in her bubble bugging the shit out of her. And then she passed away in 2018, and I regret not reaching out more. So those I love and appreciate and love their energy, I reach out now. It doesn't matter if they're big, small, doesn't matter. I don't care. I love people. I love good people. But we were talking about blogs. So. But, yeah, the owner of Dragon Dreaming didn't realize it either. So we had a good laugh on that. And I feel very honored to have a little link on her blog. Even though it's one little link, but I'm happy. It makes me happy. It's crazy because it's like, you know, I knew that she existed, and she's always been kind of like on my friends list. That's just like sitting back, and it's like, you know what, I'm finally gonna talk to her, and then realizing that my link was sitting on her blog like damn near the entire fucking time. It's like, I'm so sorry. But trying to think of what to do with that as well, because again, I don't want to put my personal experiences out there too much, because I had to be able to protect me and protect my practice and things like that. Protect my family. Protect my own sanity, basically. You know, I drive myself nuts enough as it is. Had to practice detachment. I miss people. And I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't get a whole lot of adult interaction because, you know, people have lives. People have lives, and they have their own families, their own friends, you know. Not everybody is able to be glued to internet and social media in order to talk, and it just... and things are changing, just in general. But I miss people. Well, I have hobbies, but I miss this hobby. This hobby made me happy. I was kind of neurotic as well. I definitely have my issues in order to work on. And I'm still working on some. But I'm better than what I was. I'm not as angry as I was. And I know I talk a lot. Again, it has to do with the fact that I don't have a whole lot of adults in order to talk to, so I basically talk to myself and then I post it. So, just being able in order to verbally get something out, and maybe some people can relate to some of the things that I have in order to talk about. Because I have some things in mind that I want to do. I'm not going to set a schedule because I never stick to it. And I'm not going to make promises that I either will accidentally forget about or just decide not to go through with it. So I'm done making promises that I won't keep. Because, again, that's on me, and I like to become a person of their word more than what I am, because it is one of my weaknesses. and I like for it to not be. And it's been a consistent issue on this channel since I started it. So I'm just trying to figure stuff out, and if you decide not to watch, then you're basically coming along with me on that journey, on trying to figure things out and what we're gonna do, stuff like that, and whatever other random crap I decide to talk about. So I have access to my 2012 blog again, and I will think on what to do with that first, and then figure out what I'm gonna do with my one from 2011 that is now no longer messed up. So I am grateful for that. I am grateful that it no longer looks like a broken HTML code. So, even if it is empty, but it still does. I think I'm done rambling for now. I know I've said it already, but I hope you have a good day.